Welcome to Mika Amchi Yisrael. In Parashat Miketz, Paro summoned the wisest men of Egypt to interpret his troubling dreams. But their explanations left him uneasy. Rashi explains that while they offered interpretations such as, "You will father 7 daughters and you will bury 7 daughters," none resonated with Paro. Why did their attempts fall so short while Yosef's interpretation immediately found favor? Rabbi Cheskel Abramsky Zatzal offers a powerful insight. The Egyptian necromancers and soothsayers, constrained by their natural worldview, saw the dreams through a purely physical lens. Their interpretation lacked depth because they ignored the divine hand that governs all events. For them, the world was a closed system bound by nature's rules. As a result, their understanding remained shallow and disconnected from the truth. Yosef, however, gazed at life through an entirely different prism, a lens shaped by faith in Borei Olam's hashgacha. When Yosef stood before Paro, he declared, "It is not I. Hashem will give Paro an answer of peace." Yosef's humility and spiritual clarity allowed him to discern the profundity of the dream's meaning as a reflection of Hashem's will. His perspective transcended human logic, revealing the deeper reality that only Borei Olam orchestrates events. Please open your hearts to a magnificent story. The Maharam Mirottenberg, one of the great Rishonim, was a pillar of Torah in the 13th century Germany. His life took a tragic turn when he was falsely accused of wrongdoing by a former disciple, leading to his imprisonment. The reigning king demanded an astronomical ransom of 20,000 gold coins for his relief, a sum that was so huge that it would impoverish the entire Jewish community. Deeply devoted to their leader, a Pidyon Shvuyin committee was established and began collecting funds, but when word reached Reb Meir, he firmly refused their efforts. He argued that paying the ransom would set a dangerous precedent, encouraging the king to imprison more Jews for more profit, and with immense pain, he accepted his captivity as a decree from Shemayim. His cell overlooked a river, and though his conditions were harsh, Reb Meir transformed it into a vibrant Bet Midrash. With quills, parchment, and ink smuggled in, he spent his days reviewing Shas from memory, writing Chidushei Torah, immersing himself in Torah learning. But the one thing he missed was the Sefer Torah. He couldn't read Parashat Zachor or Parashat Parah. One cold and quiet Thursday night, Rav Meir had a dream. Malach Gavriel appeared to him holding a radiant Sefer Torah. Meir ben Baruch, the Malach said, "You are beloved to Hashem. He has seen your anguish and sent this Torah to ease your suffering. It is one of the 13 Sifrei Torah transcribed by Moshe Rabbeinu and used by tzaddikim in the Bedin Shel Ma'ala. Now it's yours. But remember, when you read from it, the souls of the tzaddikim will descend to join you in your cell." Rav Meir awoke trembling. On the desk before him lay a glowing Sefer Torah. Overcome with awe, he spent the entire Friday in spiritual preparation. On Shabbat morning, he donned his finest garments and he opened the scroll. As he began to read, his cell filled with a brilliant, otherworldly light. The nishamot of tzaddikim surrounded him. Their presence was palpable, and when he rolled up the Torah, the light dimmed, but it returned each time he read from the scroll. Mondays, Thursdays, Yamim Tovim. These moments were Reb Meir's solace. They were a taste of heaven in a dark prison. After some time, Reb Meir resolved to copy the Torah for the benefit of the Jewish community. He requested cloth and ink, and the jailer, moved by an unseen hand, secured them. For months, Reb Meir labored, writing letter by letter, parasha by parasha, until he completed the whole scroll. That night, he dreamed of Malach Gavriel once more. The angel smiled and reclaimed the heavenly Torah, leaving behind Reb Meir's handwritten copy. The Bet Din Shel Ma'ala affirmed that his work was a great service to Klal Yisrael. As Reb Meir's health declined, he prepared to gift this Torah to the Jews of Worms. He built a sturdy woody box to protect it. He wrapped it in a coat for extra insulation, and with trembling hands, he pushed the box through the narrow window of his cell, praying it would reach its destination. The splash of the box hitting the water echoed in silence, and shortly after, Reb Meir passed away. Months later, the box floated down the river carried by unseen forces, and one morning the fishermen near Worms spotted it. They tried to capture it with their nets, but the box evaded them, slipping beneath the water and reappearing out of reach. A Jewish fisherman, hearing of the commotion, approached. The box, as if guided by an invisible hand, floated towards his boat. With ease, he lifted it out of the water and he brought it to their shul. There they opened the box and found the Sefer Torah accompanied by a note from Reb Meir. It read, "This Torah is holy and pure, written by my hand. It is a gift to the Jews of Worms, and may only be used twice a year, on Shavuot and on Simchat Torah. The community was awestruck. They adorned the Torah with velvet and silver, dancing it to the Aron Kodesh with great joy. And that's all we know in this hidden from public story. Ladies and gentlemen, Paro's advisors thought they could force meaning from his dreams. The fishermen thought they could wrestle the Torah from the river, but Reb Yosef and Reb Meir understood something deeper. Hashem's will is unstoppable. Yosef HaTzadik stood before Paro and declared, "It is not I!" And Reb Meir, imprisoned and powerless, placed his Torah into the rushing waters, not trusting the river, but trusting the one who controls it. The Torah wasn't carried by the current. It was carried by Borei Olam. It defied the nets and escaped greedy hands because its journey wasn't about nature. It was about a purpose. Yosef's journey was the same. From the pit to the palace, every step was guided by Hashem's invisible hand. And here's the timeless truth that they teach us. What appears to be chaos is our Creator weaving his masterpiece. Chanukah proves it. The oil, it burned for 8 days. The weak defeated the mighty. Because when Hashem is with us, nature bends, armies fall, and light overcomes darkness. So when life feels overwhelming, remember this. Absolutely, you are not lost. You are being carried. The Torah wasn't lost in the river. Yosef wasn't lost in the pit. And you are never lost in Hashem's plan. Trust the river. Trust the light. Trust in Hashem. Shabbat Shalom and Mivorach.